Hello, sixth graders and sixth grade parents and guardians. I'm excited to be one of the first people to welcome you to Lakeview Middle School. I'm Mrs. Day, and I'll be your school counselor for both 7th and 8th grade. In this presentation, we're going to talk about scheduling for middle school. I know being able to choose your classes is one of the exciting parts about middle school. However, in this presentation, we will not answer all of your questions about middle school. We are going to have another video presentation about what middle school will be like, how you can be involved, and show you some of the classrooms and hallways. So be on the lookout for that in mid-May. Before we talk about scheduling, there's a little bit of info about what a typical school day looks like. We will have 7 classes, and you will switch between these classes. So you'll have to be organized and take everything with you and be prepared. We will have 7 classes on some days, and then other days we will have block scheduling, and this will happen at least 2 days a week. And what block scheduling means is that you will have either all your odd classes or all of your even classes. So for instance, you might have classes 1, 3, 5, and 7. And when you have less classes, that means you spend more time in those classes. We start much earlier than elementary school. We do start at 7:45. However, that means we also get out earlier, so our day ends at 2:55. Just like elementary school, we have late start Mondays, so those days we will start at 8:35. You will have a locker with a combination if you request one. You will continue to use your iPad, and you'll be responsible for making sure that's charged and taking it from class to class. You will also have an ID that we ask you to wear. If you have your ID, you get dismissed to lunch first, and it will also help you check out books in the library. So that'll be an important piece that you'll want to be responsible for next year. So now we're going to start talking about the classes. What classes are required? So everybody at Lakeview takes math, English language arts, science, social studies all year long. Reading and literature and PE and health are only one semester, meaning that you either have it before Christmas or after Christmas. There is an option for total wellness, which is a year-long PE. And we'll talk more about that in a little bit. So these classes here make up 5 of your 7 classes that you need. We're going to talk a little bit more about math and language arts placement. So placement is very data driven. So we are going to look at NWEA scores. We're going to look at the WCS algebra readiness exam for math. And then we'll also look at iLearn scores. Once this data is looked at, then the placements are reviewed by the 6th grade teachers. And that's how we that's how we decide who goes into honors language arts, honors math 7, honors algebra 1. When deciding what math is the right placement, either honors pre-algebra or honors algebra, you do want to consider your student's future, because all students are required to take 3 years or 6 credits of math at the high school. So math courses at Lakeview, although for high school credit, they do not count towards this requirement. And some colleges want to see that you have all 4 years of math. That's going to vary on the degree and the college that you're seeking. So what this means is if your 7th grader starts in the highest math class, which is honors algebra, then as an 8th grader, they'll take honors geometry, honors algebra 2, honors pre-calc trig, and you can see their junior, senior year, they'll be taking that honors calculus A, B, and BC. So what you want to consider is, what is their career goal? Will my student be able to handle that higher level math at the high school? And if you need help determining those things, then Mrs. Sibley, our principal, and I can help you do that. So you just need to contact us and we can help you make that decision. So you have a 7th grade course selection sheet. And if you look at the back side, we're going to look at that first. You are going to see that there is a grid, and there are 4 columns across. Those 4 columns represent the 4 quarters of middle school. Then going down, you see the 7 rows with some classes already listed. Like I've already said, everybody takes math, language arts, science, and social studies all year. Then we also have the health and wellness and the reading and literature listed for you. And we're going to talk about how to fill out these bottom 3 rows. So the first decision you're going to have to make is, do I want health and wellness or do I want total wellness and have it the entire school year? So we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. So the electives. So those are the bottom boxes on the previous slide that are empty. Those are the classes that you get to choose. So we have agriculture classes. Those agriculture classes, there's an Ag A and there's an Ag B. For art, we offer 4 different classes. For business, we have digital design, Microsoft Academy, Intro to Computer Science. We have 3 different FACS classes. For music, these are the classes that some of them are all year long. So we have band, choir, and strings. All of them offer an introductory level class, and students can join for the first time in middle school. These are year-long classes, so you must have 4 quarters to be able to put this class in your schedule. And then we have the 1-quarter music technology class. We have 3 different Project Lead the Way classes: automation robotics, design and modeling, and medical detectives. And then for world languages, we have Spanish, French, and German. And note that these are exploratory classes, so they're only 9 weeks long. You talk about the alphabet and you learn basic sayings, colors, animals, things that a lot of people will use, if you go traveling. These classes are help you decide what world language you might want to take at the high school for multiple years. We do offer these classes to 8th graders for high school credit, but those are not available to 7th graders. So those are only available to 8th graders. So that's something to look forward to. So how do you know what each course is about? Well, we have this thing called the Course of Study Guide. And in the Course of Study Guide, it will tell you lots of information. So this is going to be emailed to students from Mrs. Sibley as a PDF, or you can access it on the Lakeview webpage under the Parents tab and then click on Scheduling. You'll see a 7th grade scheduling button and a lot of resources will be there. So for instance, Project Lead the Way, Design and Modeling, it tells you the grade level, 7 and 8. The length is 9 weeks, and then it tells you that you are going to produce 3D printed images or objects. You'll work in teams. You'll do engineering challenges. FACS Everyday Skills. Once again, it's a grade 7 and 8 class. It's 9 weeks long. It tells you that you're going to learn about child development and that you will also learn about nutrition and wellness and prepare food. All of our FACS classes, you prepare food in. If you do not, and noticing that it's a 7-8 class, if you run out of room, there's always next year to take a class. Or you sign up for a class and you don't get it this year, then as an 8th grader, we'll make sure that you get it if it's a class that you really, really want. You just need to let us know. And then a special side note for students who receive special services. If your student receives any special services, it may affect them being able to take total wellness that I'm going to talk about here in a minute, or it limits their total number of electives that they can take. So students with IEP that have a resource room, students who have EL classes or skills classes, or that are in the HOPE class, this doesn't limit the total number of electives that you have. And if you have questions about that, make sure you see me. So the first decision you have to make is, do I want PE and health? That's 1 semester. Or do I want total wellness? Total wellness is the entire school year, and they do spread out the standards over the entire school year. So you are required to stay in it the entire year. You'll alternate every other day with PE and health and wellness. You do much more intense workouts, and then you go into deeper application of the health topics. And a lot of homework is completed outside of class time in this class. So you'll want to make sure that you really are committed to the more intense workouts and doing some work outside of class if you choose to take total wellness for the entire year. Once that decision is made, you're going to flip your paper over and you're going to fill it out in one of two ways. If you just want health and wellness, you're going to circle health and wellness. You can cross out total wellness, circle reading and lit, and then that leaves you 8 quarters open for electives. Or if you want total wellness, it's the entire year, so you're going to circle it in all 4 quarters. And then you're going to have reading and lit on the second row, and then that leaves you 6 quarters open for other electives. The second choice you need to make in the middle of the front side of your course selection sheet is whether you're going to take a year-long elective. So that's your band, choir, and strings. And like I said, you can join these for the first time in middle school. It's a great time to explore them. However, they are not required. So you can choose whether you want one of these or not. If you do choose one of them, you need to make sure that you have 4 consecutive quarters available to take one of these classes. If you do that, your back side of your course selection sheet might look something similar to this, where you have band written 4 times, leaving 4 quarters open for electives. Or if you take total wellness and you take a year-long elective, you'll only have 2 quarters left for electives. And there will be examples of the course selection sheets posted on the website. The next part that we come to are the guided electives. And middle school is a time to do some career exploration. You might think, I don't like fine arts. I don't want to do that class. However, we want you to give it a try. Maybe you'll find out, yeah, you really don't like it. Or maybe you'll find out that, man, I'm kind of good at this. I might want to do something in art or design. Or you might think, I don't want to be an engineer. I don't want to take automation robotics. But if you try it and you like it, there's lots and lots of opportunities to pursue that career in classes at the high school. So remember that middle school is a time to try new classes, to determine what you like, to determine what you don't like. So we have what we call guided electives. So you're going to take one course in each of these 4 categories. The first one's Project Lead the Way and Technology, Fine Arts, Family and Consumer Sciences, and Practical Arts. So you're going to choose one in each column. So this student chose Design and Modeling, 2D Art, Successful Living, and Exploring Spanish. Then you're going to write these classes on the back side of your sheet in 4 open boxes. The next thing you need to do is, if you have any boxes open, we need you to number those off so we know which classes you want. So this student has 4 boxes. So they're going to label them 1 through 4, with 1 being their first choice and 4 being the last class that they really would like. So this person has Microsoft Academy, Exploring Ag Science A, Facts, and Project Lead the Way Automation Robotics. You will then write those 4 classes in the remaining boxes on your chart. Do notice that they did not repeat any of the classes that they circled up above. So you can't take 2D Art again. You can't take Design and Modeling again. You need to choose 4 different classes. And then the last thing we need you to do is to choose some alternates. Sometimes there are conflicts in the schedule. Let's say you are in band and you also want to take Exploring Spanish. And if they are offered at the same time, you might not be able to do both of them. So we need to have a backup plan. So you're going to choose 4 alternates and you're going to label those with an A. And then you are going to write them in the bottom. So you can see this person wrote Art in Motion, Intro to Computer Science, Music Technology, and Medical Detectives at the bottom. So this should complete your course selection sheet. And when you have it completed, you're going to make sure that both the front and the back are completed. You're going to have a parent or guardian sign the paper, and then you're going to turn it into your 6th grade teacher by February 26th. There will be multiple examples of the course selection sheet posted on the Lakeview scheduling page under the Parents tab. when you click on 7th grade scheduling. So you can see if I want total wellness and a year-long elective, what does that do to my schedule? So there's some examples there to help you. If you have further questions, you could ask your 6th grade teacher. A lot of them have been doing this for a few years and they can help you with the process. Some of them even have had children come through Lakeview so they can answer some of your questions. Or you can email me at eday@warsawschools.org, or you can always call Lakeview and ask to speak with me. I'd be happy to help you select the classes that you would be interested in. So if you have any questions, reach out to us. We're here to help you, and have a great day. Thanks.